7 academies of art who selected their 2 best designers. So tonight you will see the best of Dutch fashion design on stage.
Lichting is a dream that I never expected to be participating in.
I'm really grateful I'm allowed to be here.
I'm very proud of myself, I have to say.
Lichting is the core of Amsterdam Fashion Week. These great talents of the best schools we have in Holland deserve this stage before they start their professional career. Without Lichting, there would not be Amsterdam Fashion Week.
So fashion to me, I mean, it's a big word, huh? To me it is a tool, it is a tool to bring out some kind of message, and to reach people. I wanted to figure out how we value luxury fashion nowadays and how can I as a young designer adjust to that.
I really wanted to create a playground that gives you a joyful and optimistic feeling and surprise you with unexpected interactions.
The idea of my collection originates from the modern world invasion of privacy. So I want to encourage people to put themselves out there, realize the power of self-expression.
It was mainly inspired actually by Jab Jab, which is a Grenadian carnival's tradition. For me, it's always been about this otherness and where the connection is between all these different cultures actually.
It was inspired by Victorian rent boys in the time of Oscar Wilde. A man in this world doesn't have to be macho, but you can also be very sexy, beautiful, maybe a bit vain, but vanity is not a bad thing. And I think it's very beautiful if a man is very in touch and empowered by sexuality and his beauty.
My collection is about life and death. With the material, I interpreted the nature where both life and death are really woven together in symbiosis.
I want to tell the audience that there's magic in the mundane, that there's magic in the ordinary, that not everything has to be special, but to find value in those simple things.
I don't try to make big statements. I just try to figure out how I can gather ingredients to make a collection that stand on its own. Every day a new idea pops up and I just start making. Sometimes it didn't really fit into my collection, but somehow I made it fit.
Lichting is a challenge for me because my collection wasn't really made for the catwalk. What I do is I take photos of people on the streets and I edit them in Photoshop and then I remake the garment that has been photoshopped in this picture.
I think that I can visualize a vision on the future of fashion, and I really want to put all my energy to go for this digital revolution and really make a change within the fashion system.
I actually am really satisfied with my collection, and when I look at it, I think I succeeded in finding a way to communicate my research and design a recognizable collection which can actually start up dialogues.
Basically my message is that we should celebrate cultural exchange and not only take stuff because we can make profit of it, but actually appreciate the culture.
Lichting is a way to connect with new people, having these workshops and doing the interviews, and it's another training that's separate from what you do in art school.
For me, it's not about winning as well, because for me it's already a victory. Winning this competition, I'm sorry, it's beyond my imagination. It's already such a present that I'm here. But if I would win, I just want to make my family proud.
universal light, that is the existence itself, looks out. Only the game we're playing is not to know this. To be only that little hole. Now, I wonder if these fish look at each other's shells and say, oh my, those markings aren't really very well spaced. Because that's what we do. See, we don't realize that all of us, in our various goings-on and behavior and so on, are just as much and more marvelous, much more complicated, much more interesting. All these gorgeous faces that I'm looking at, you know, every one of them, some are supposedly pretty, some are supposedly not so pretty, but they're all absolutely gorgeous. And everybody's eyes is a piece of jewelry beyond compare.
Park Plaza Victoria, Amsterdam. Without you, we wouldn't be here today. Like last year, in 2019, we gave the winner a stage today in the Nieuwekerk. Ferry, we had the pleasure to see him this afternoon with his very first solo show. And also, for today's winner, Amsterdam Fashion Week would love to host the winner in 2020.
Next to that, we're going to have another award for this year, because not just the label, the world very famous platform for designers, will give the winner a year subscription to their platform for not just the label. So thank you for them. Honestly, Dani, I think it's also very brave what you're doing. We're in a church here and making Fashion Week work. I would like to thank your team.
I would like to thank you as well.
Pleasure. I would also like to thank the HT&K team, because they're backstage helping designers with their portfolio, with their CV, with how to present themselves, first to the press here, then to the international jury, and they're going to follow them along their whole career. So it's very important to mention this for me. Thank you, team. One special person, because we do this for 13 years with a team who's still going strong. But there's for me one lady, she rocks, Rubia Heijer. Okay, well, now I would like to go to what actually they saw yesterday and some of the things they said. So let's see a small movie about that. Thank you.
I think we've seen designers from all the different design schools, but there's definitely a move with students looking at social changes, at politics.
Some academies obviously have a strong focus on the process rather than the outcome, a very strong emphasis on the research that's put into it.
What am I looking for into a designer is, for me, very much into refinement of the materials that they use, the ideas that they combine, the thought behind the collection.
Some of them point out because of the creative process, some of them because of the final images, some of them because of the technology behind.
The making skills are amazing. I think, for being final kind of graduate designers, just graduating from school, amazing kind of technical skills.
We be seeing like a lot of creativity, which is like what you expect from a fashion award.
The level, the individuality, the creativity, but also the way how these students have responded to some urgent themes, which is, I think, something that the fashion industry is grappling with at the moment.
We've been seeing a lot of social issues. The students are really conscious with that, and they try to solve it and make solutions to that.
I think that they're way more aware of what's going on in the world and how they want to bring out their collections and how they want to represent their collections and what it means.
As photographer or image maker, obviously for me the image is really important. So for me, I'm looking for something that transmits like a passion.
I was looking for somebody with fresh ideas, who's innovative, and brings kind of like a new approach to their design, the way of thinking.
I want to be transported into someone's universe. I want to be convinced of someone's poetic interpretation of what fashion is.
It is really a global vision, I think, of the garment and the world that you want to represent, your world. How do you perceive your fashion world? What is the message that you bring?
But also you need to bear in mind, like it's important the technique behind. So I'm also going to take this into consideration.
A strong concept, right from their research through to their workbook and their planning, through to their final collection, and someone who excites me.
Well, finally we're ready for the big moment. May I ask all designers to join us? Because actually we got 14 winners anyway. And I would say another time, thank you for all schools, for all the teachers, for the head teachers, everyone who really helped all these designers
enjoy this moment, and we're gonna walk.
This was Lichting 2019. See you in 2020. Hallelujah. Take a drink.
Thank you very much for joining.
Free beers at the bar.